guys, I'm Scott Whittemeyer. Welcome to my office, and you're watching Fang Rippa. Today, I make so many of these enclosures, I'm just addicted to making them. I was at Walmart 30 minutes ago. I found this thing for $7. It's plastic. It's got a sealable lid. And I'm going to make an enclosure for a tarantula. Probably an arboreal, not full size. Subadult would go in here. So yeah, let's get started. So what do you need? You need a template for your holes. Now, you can just drill holes, and I've done that before, but if you like things symmetrical, like a lot of us do, and your holes aren't in line, it drives you crazy when you're looking at them when you got them on the shelf. So there's this, and I didn't come up with this idea, another YouTuber did. I wish I could remember his name. I'll have to go back and look. But he was smart enough to put this on his YouTube page and channel. And this is great. I just print these out every time I make an enclosure, and I'll show you how I use them as a guide. Some people take these and they punch holes in these, and then they put an ink pen. That's too much trouble for me because I'm lazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out the template. Like so. And what I like to do is I like to have a clear front that I look at when I set the tees up on the shelf. But then you have to have ventilation for these guys. I don't care if they're arboreal, terrestrial, fossorial, they need to have air. You have to have air in there. A lot of the tees that I keep, I don't have a lot, I have 6. But they require humidity, and if you don't have ventilation, the humidity is going to create mold. I don't care what substrate you use, and I use a mix that I got from Tom Moran. I also like to use the BioDudes substrate, Terra Arania. But the problem is the cricket parts mold. It just, if you don't have a cleanup crew in there, that's the other thing. Check out Springtail video I just did. You gotta have a cleanup crew in there, but the ventilation's critical, so that's why we're drilling holes in these things. So, once you got your template, I like to use painter's tape, it's easier to get off. Now the fun part, the creation part, is where are you gonna put the holes? So, you don't want the holes under your substrate, of course, because you'll get leakage and dirt will come out. So since this is an arboreal closure, what do you guys think? Do we need a lot of substrate or not much? Yeah, not much, not for arboreals. So I'm thinking 2 finger widths would be plenty for a arboreal species. So we're going to pretend this is the bottom, and this is, I'm going to fill it up with substrate to here. So if we do halfway, it would look something like that. And this is totally up to you. There's no science to this. So yeah, let's do that. Let's just do half. So you get your painter's tape. And you eyeball it. Do something like that. Now, when you start drilling, you got to have tape on this, or else it's no bueno. It's not going to work. paper's going to move around. So this will be the back, this will be the front. We're not going to put any holes in the front, because Scott likes to lick his tarantulas without holes. You can get creative. You don't have to use the whole template. I think I'll do something like that for the sides. Another thing I used to get all freaked out about is, what size drill bit is he using? What size drill bit is he using? Well, it depends on your sling, right? Depends on the size of the tarantula you're putting in here. So these are going to be sub-adults. So the abdomen is not going to be able to fit through that. All right. So it's up to you. Let your conscience be your guide on that. I've got 3 sling enclosures in the house now that I drilled holes. They were almost too big, the holes were. But another idea I got off another YouTuber or Facebook, I can't remember. Some guy says, hey, if you drill the holes too big, just get some pantyhose and stretch the pantyhose over top of the hole. That's a pretty good idea. So you don't, you know, in a pinch where you're housing them that day and you've got the thing set up, and then you realize, dadgummit, I drilled the holes too big. Get you some pantyhose and put them over top, and you can fix the enclosure later or make a new enclosure with smaller holes. This thing cost me $7. So I couldn't pass it up. And honestly, guys, I have way too many enclosures in the house with nothing in them. Just enclosures that I've made because I like to make them. But I gotta stop because I don't have a place to put them all if they were full of tarantulas. Alright. Now I'm not going to put any holes in the lid. Could I? Yeah, I could. But I don't think it's necessary with these already in here. Alright. So now we're going to take the tape off and we're going to clean it up. So what am I going to put in here? Well, I recently purchased a sling at the St. Louis show, Tarantula Takeover. Drove 10.5 hours up there. I wanted a juvenile, or sub-adult rather, and all I could find was slings. So I got slings, and they make me nervous. Holy cow, those things are small. I haven't been in the hobby very long, and when the pinhead crickets are the same size as the sling, I guess you just deal with it. But they've all been doing good. I did have one loss. I had a P. Macala, I believe it's from Ecuador. Pemphigus Macala. Yeah. But it was one of my biggest slings. Everything was going good. I've had them for 3 weeks, 2 weeks. And it was my favorite because it was always out. I saw it. And just the other day I found it in the bottle cap with its abdomen in the water, which is bad. And I took it out and put it in a dry environment, but it was gone. So I have lost one, and I still have 3 left, slings. And one of them is Lamprey Velocipes, Singapore Blue. And that's probably what this enclosure will be used for. So there's the enclosure, guys, with the holes. So there's plenty of ventilation. Now the cleanup I'm talking about is like that hole right there. It's got some plastic in it, stuck in it still. So you can just clean it out. Just go through it again. But they all look pretty good. Yeah, I'm happy with this. So, there you go. It took me, what, 15 minutes maybe? $7. You know, if you don't have a Dremel, just get one. You know, it's not that hard. And make your own enclosures. Let me see if I can find some others I have here in the garage. Nothing's in. So here we have a Walmart $4 enclosure. That's the enclosure my Macala was in. Same idea. As you notice, I didn't drill as many holes. And this is a Hobby Lobby makeover. These are fun to make. And I actually had my P. Armenia in this for a while, and I transferred it into a bigger enclosure. But yeah, so why did I buy this one? I can use that because I'm addicted. I can't stop making stuff. So there you go. Different types of enclosures. Hobby Lobby display case with acrylic hinge. Ventilation, ventilation, ventilation. The one thing I would tell you on these guys, I super glued this in, and I would use silicone down here when you put this piece in. These are two separate pieces, because when you do mist it, it gets wet. Water will leak out of here if you don't have this silicone. So just silicone that, it'll be good. So there you go. Hey, I need you to do a couple things. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and check back with me soon. Thanks guys. Thanks for watching.